So Shavkat Rakhmonov just re-injured his knee. Is not looking the best right now, especially that he's been having problems with his knee since his last fight against Ian Gary. Now he just re-injured it in training camp, and I don't think we're going to see Shavkat for a while now. It looks like we're not going to see him until like maybe late 2026 or even 2027. Like, it's not looking the best right now for Shavkat, especially since we've seen him in crutches at an event. I don't know what event it was. I kind of forgot where it was, but I think it was like a grappling something. I think it was like RFA, something like that. And he couldn't walk. He was literally in crutches, like going around, can't balance in both legs. Like, the injury he suffered, I don't know if because it was against Ian Gary, it might be, but like, he's always had problem with his legs. Like, remember in the Wonder Boy fight, I think he broke his ankle, something like that. Like, he's always been a little bit injury prone when it comes to his legs. So it's kind of tough to see him go out like that, especially like what he's been through. Like, not too long ago, he got in a car accident, 2 people passed away, and now we're not gonna see him for a long time. Like, he's been through a lot, and it sucks really, because he's such a great talent and such a great fighter. It is crazy to me though that they're taking him out the rankings of the welterweight division. Like, I feel like that's kind of unnecessary, especially when there's people up there that shouldn't be in the rankings, like a Covington, maybe even a Burns now. Like I don't get it how Shavkat has to be taken out the rankings, but certain fighters could stay in it. I don't get it really, because Shavkat has more recent wins than some of the guys on the rankings still. Like, I don't know. I might be a little critiquing there, but I digress. But then again, I just realized that means he might be out longer than we expect. Like, he's probably done, honestly. Like, for the UFC to take you out the rankings, that means it's a lot worse than we think it is. Like, he might be out longer than 2026 or 2027. And maybe he'll come back like mid-2027. If that's probably the best case scenario for him, honestly. Because they don't just take people out the rankings sometimes. Because Gunnar Nelson was there for like a while and they didn't even fire him. But then again, he wasn't ranked. But there was somebody else that was ranked for... Oh, Michael Chandler. Freaking Michael Chandler is still ranked after losing like 3 fights and has 2 wins. And he sat out for like a whole year at one point. Like that kind of tells you that he might be out way longer than we expected. And that kind of sucks. It really is. Because he might be done. He really might be done with his career. He's becoming the new Zabit, man. He really is becoming the new Zabit. Like, he was having heart problems, and all of a sudden he had to retire because of that reason. He would have beat Volk, man. He would have beat Max Holloway, man. Like, let's be for real. Max Holloway and Volk would have melted him with ease in the 5-rounders. He would have had a good 2 rounds, and then he would have got melted. Like, Cater probably would have melted him in the 5-rounder. Like, let's be for real here. that Ige has a good shot even against him. I think he would have lost that one. Dan Ige is kind of easy to figure out, but I digress on that point. There's no need to keep talking about Zabit, but Zabit Randaman, man. People forget Zabit Randaman. Why do people keep saying that? I really don't understand it. I don't know why they keep mentioning Randaman with Zabit. I guess because Randaman used to jump high? Like, I don't know. That's the only reasoning I could come up with, because at the time they used to make a bunch of edits of Randaman at one point. I think that was like, I don't know, the beginning of the year or like late 2024 of him jumping really high and people would glaze. And he did jump pretty high. Like, I would be scared if I saw that across the ring from me, but people forget Randaman wasn't that insane, man. But he was fun, so good for Randaman, maybe? I don't know. I'm fine with glazing older fighters, but I didn't really understand the combination. Zabit Randaman, man, the biggest what if, man. The biggest what if. Shavkat is probably the biggest what if, though. Like, generally, if like this is like life-changing injury and like he's not gonna fight anymore and he's gonna retire, he is probably the biggest what if ever, because he is a top contender and he probably could be champion. Like, I give him like a 40% chance of winning the title. Like, he's a really good welterweight, and Zabit, don't get me wrong, Zabit was a really good fighter and he's great and all, but he did have a big cardio problem. It might be because of his heart condition, whatever, but like, he was going like 100 miles an hour, and Holloway would have melted him. Volk would have beat the brakes off him, and Elia would have KO'd him in like 3 rounds. Let's be for real here. Like, Zabit is cool and all, but he wouldn't be champion. Like, he asked for a 3-rounder against Cater because he couldn't go 5 rounds. Like, come on, that's tough. That is tough. Well, a guy like Shavkat is number 2 in the world. He probably would have beat most of the guys up there, like a Sean Brady. He would beat Bilal. He would probably beat Usman right now. It's a bit tricky, but I still think he would beat Ian Gary, especially with the grappling threat. But then again, he didn't really get takedowns on Ian Gary, so it's a very 50-50 matchup, but I would still go Shavkat there. He would beat Morales. Morales probably would have been tricky, but I don't know what Morales. It's just, I'm still not that high on Morales yet, because I don't know how good he is, really. Like, I know on paper he has all these good credentials, but like, I haven't really seen anything that insane to me. So it's kind of, I have to wait and see. But he might be the next DDP, honestly. So maybe he could lose to Morales, but for now, I'm saying he beats him. Who else is up there? I think JDM. He could be JDM, but I'm going to rock with my guy JDM there. I'm not going to lie. That just biases him. So I don't know. I don't know on that matchup, but I would still go with JDM. But he would be, but he could be Islam. Like, that's not a crazy take. Like, he probably would still be Islam. I wouldn't say still, like I would favor Islam like 60%, while I'll give like Shavkat like a good 40. I think a good 40%. I think he would be Islam because the grappling threat isn't as big there. The striking is a little bit different, but like Shavkat has more probably power than Islam. So it would be an interesting matchup, and he could win that matchup. Like, it's kind of sucky because all the matchups that are there for him, he could win. It really does suck if he does retire after this, and if his knee is pretty much gone, then he would be the biggest what if in UFC history, in my opinion. And also, I just want to add this. Ian Gary is so cringe. Like, I know freaking that might be the reason why you caused it, like you caused the knee, whatever, but you still lost to the dude and arguably lost 4-1. Like let's chill out here. Like, you still lost to a dude with one leg. So at his literal worst, you had nothing for him. That's tough. That really is tough. And you're gonna say, oh, it was on short notice. It was short notice for Shavkat as well. Like, imagine trying to fight Bilal and then you get Ian Gary, a long-rangey striker. That's a way different matchup. And plus, freaking Ian Gary had a fight in like a week or two against Buckley. Like, it wasn't like he wasn't training at all. I get you could use the same argument I just used for Shavkat, but like they were both not in the best circumstances. Like, but still, Shavkat had one leg. And you couldn't do nothing. That says more on you than it does on him. Like, you lost him when he had one leg and you couldn't finish him or do anything. But I digress on that point. But yeah, Shavkat is the biggest what if in UFC history, and I stand by it. If you disagree, then I'm fine with it because I don't really care about that much. Like, I like Shavkat, and he was cool for a while, but then like he kind of hugged Ian Gary. He kind of snoofed as Wonder Boy, but he finished Wonder Boy. Not a lot of people just do that, especially subbing him on the ground. He was like the first dude to ever do it. Like, he's a really good welterweight, and I hope he makes a recovery and comes back because I still think he can still do a lot of things in the sport, and it would suck. The reason why he can't do those things is because of the injury of his knee. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I gotta go work today. I don't really want to, but I gotta go. So anyways, God bless all of you, and that's it.